Hello, my friends. So, as you all know by now, Amberlynn had a video removed, and it was for violating community guidelines. And we all sort of assumed it was because of her talking about how she needs money and how she's kind of desperate. And I just kind of wanted to show you what I have. The person that actually got the video taken down has contacted me and given me the information. And I'm sure that they've contacted some other people too. But I just thought I'd share this with you. We're actually in contact with YouTube to sort of talk about the details a little bit. But as you can see here, this is the video that had been uploaded, and this shows where it was removed. This was in the kind of middle of the list of videos that they had reported at some point. So this is where they got the email from YouTube saying we removed restricted content you reported. So just so you know, they actually sent me the list of the reported videos and the full email and everything like that. But I'm just showing kind of the most relevant parts of it. And then this is the kind of message that they got from YouTube saying, thank you for reporting videos you find inappropriate. The video that you reported to us on May 3rd, 2025 has been removed or restricted from YouTube. And so this is the person that got that video removed. So I asked them, what exactly was it reported for? Because if you look at this, it just says image or title issue, hateful or abusive content. So that could mean a lot of different things. So I was like, the general consensus is it was her asking for money and saying she's desperate and basically saying my members are the only way I'm going to be able to afford this life-saving medication. And you may remember, I only got to react to about half of the video because it got taken down right when I was in the middle of watching it. Luckily, there were some people that saved the video. I actually watched Salty Crab's kind of recap of it. And so I'm going to go over a little bit of what she said in that and just how really kind of abusive it is and how manipulative it is. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. So I asked them, what did YouTube say? What exactly was the reason for the removal of the video? They asked to remain anonymous, and that's totally cool. So what did YouTube say? And they said, I reported the video because it contained clear instances of audience manipulation. Yes, it absolutely did. Specifically, Amber was once again guilt-tripping her viewers and coercing them into what effectively amounted to a deceptive scheme. And basically what that means is Amber was specifically saying the money that she's getting from the members is going to fund the medication that she needs.
And the weight loss injection that I'm choosing is very expensive. And I am so grateful for my members.
And she was really trying to make things seem really dire. Basically saying she really needs your help because she's got these dark paths that she might go down if she doesn't get the help that she needs because her medication is going to be so expensive, you guys. Pretty disgusting. So anyway, additionally, the video promoted ED behaviors in a manner that appeared exploitative. Absolutely. Amber is talking about the dark path that she's going down, how destructive it is. You know, the reason I need this medication is because of this dark, destructive path I could go down, you guys, seemingly as a means to garner further financial or emotional gain. These elements fall under YouTube's guidelines regarding hate, you know, blah, 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 some stuff that I apparently can't even say on YouTube. And then, just so you know, it wasn't just the moment that she asked for money. It was actually a lot. It was the whole, you guys, I don't know when this stuff's going to catch up to me, and just the manipulation that went on throughout the video. It was actually due to multiple violations. So it just says, so I said, the general consensus is that it's because she asked for money for the medication. And she said, yes, I'll acknowledge that your statement played a role in why I reported Amber's video to YouTube under their terms of service. However, her takedown wasn't solely due to the hateful or A-word content. It went beyond that. She was also flagged for spamming and misleading her audience, both of which I submitted in detail to YouTube. Based on the follow-up communications I received, they confirmed the video was removed due to multiple violations, not just the original report. So I don't know that spamming was part of it, but the misleading for sure. Because all of a sudden, she's so terrified of her health, you guys. I'm so scared, so now I need money. So now that we know for sure that that was why the video was taken down, let's look at the manipulations she was using but we'll take out the part where she's asking for money. Because, YouTube is so stupid that they would see that happen in my video and take it down, even though I'm not the one doing it.
And I hate showing this side to me because, I feel embarrassed and I feel ashamed. But I really do feel extremely emotional about my weight and my health.
And you can see the manipulation on her face. It's plain as day. I really do feel extremely emotional about my weight. Your weight has been like this, has been a problem for as long as you have been on YouTube, for basically your whole life. So now all of a sudden, she decided, yeah, it's real serious, you guys. We haven't been saying that all along. And that's what Salty Crab said. You're saying this like nobody has told you this before. I have been saying in the past several videos of mine that she is lucky that she doesn't have a lot of these really serious health issues. And most of it is because of her youth. But it's all going to catch up to her very quickly. When she hits around 40, it's just going to hit her like a ton of bricks. And she doesn't care, right? This is her pretending to care because she all of a sudden decided she wanted the GLP-1. But, she's got to get her $250 Legos. So she can't afford her GLP-1. And she said she's done hundreds of Legos, guys. So she's spending her money on stuff. She's got the perfumes. She's got the purses. She's got all this crap. But she needs members. She's desperate. And that's where the manipulation is where she makes it seem like it's really dire, you guys. It's serious. I really need help. So it's so gross.
Health, because it's yeah, I don't have huge health problems. Yes, I'm getting over cellulitis, which is pretty scary and it can be dire, but it's I don't have heart problems or lung problems. I don't have diabetes, and it's things.
And see, look, this is so fake. It's so performative. And that just adds a layer of scumminess to it. The way she's pretending to be so scared and so sad is just gross.
I'm grateful for, but those things can happen instantly, especially for someone my size.
Yeah. Again, you are lucky that you are still so young. Youth disappears a lot faster than you think.
And lately I've just been thinking more about it. I don't know what has caused this anxiety inside of me about my weight, but I think it's something that I've needed to feel for so long and I never did. I've had so many people constantly ask me Amberlynn, why aren't you scared? If I was your size, I'd be anxious every single day. And I felt fleeting feelings of being.
Well, and it's because she's never really felt all that bad. I mean, obviously she's in some pain and stuff, but everything that she has felt so far, she's just gotten used to. She's always been so big that without a real health scare, even when she got the C word, that didn't scare her enough to do anything about it. Because to her moment to moment happiness or kind of satisfaction is far more important than her long-term health. It always has been. And regardless of what she's showing here, likely always will be without help. Because what she needs to understand is no matter what revelation she comes to, no matter how scared she gets, none of it matters if she doesn't get help. And I'm talking real therapy, like an actual therapist that you talk to that is not BetterHelp, And here's the thing. I'm sure BetterHelp is fine for really basic therapy needs. But if you're talking about personality disorders or EDs, that is where you need a real therapist. Because BetterHelp therapists are kind of like DoorDash employees. They are just trying to get through each patient as fast as possible because it's all about volume. So you're not going to get a real deep therapy session from BetterHelp. You're just not. So she needs actual real therapy. And I'm sure she could find something like that online, but she would have to look pretty hard and she would be better off if she would do an in-person therapist. But, she's just never going to do that. It's too much work. She's got to find a ride and Mama Lynn wouldn't be able to take her every time, but she needs that.
Being scared, but I've never had true anxiety about my size until now, and I don't really know what's causing it. Maybe age. I'm 34. I'm gonna be 35 this year. Holy fuck, 35 is crazy.
So, and think about what she's saying right there, right? Most of us, when we get to our 30s, I've already been through my 30s. It does sneak up on you, for sure. But I know when I was 35, I still felt pretty young. And generally speaking, I still feel pretty young. Most days. When I hit 40, I started going like, that's a little weird. Like, where did this come from? But most people, when they get to 35, it's not like a scary moment, because we still generally feel pretty young. But for her, I don't think she ever expected to make it to 35. I think throughout her kind of childhood and stuff, she just thought of 35 as so far away that, I'll deal with that when I get there. And she just never realized how fast it gets here. And to be fair, none of us really expect time to fly as fast as it does. So I can't fault her too much for not like being prepared to be 35, because none of us are. However, I can fault her for not taking care of herself, because that's a good thing to do no matter what age you are. The way time works is just one of the great mysteries of the universe. It feels in the moment like it's going so slow, and then a minute later, it's been 20 years. But no matter what anybody says to Amber, it was never enough to motivate her to realize that it's important and serious.
Because I don't want to be on GLP-1s forever. I don't even want to be on it for that long. I just really wanted to kickstart my weight loss.
So she says she wants it to kickstart her weight loss. And I think for most people, that's kind of the role of the GLP-1, is to sort of get the appetite and kind of get your mind frame in the right place so that you can start changing your lifestyle and you don't constantly have to be thinking about food while you're doing it. And then that way, once you're done and once you're ready to get off of the GLP-1, then your lifestyle has changed and you can stick to it after that. But the problem is her lifestyle change will be the medication. There's no lifestyle change outside of that. She's going to completely rely on the medication to do all the work. So as soon as she gets off of it, which she's going to have to at some point, it'll just come right back, because she's not going to make any meaningful changes to her diet or to her habits or to anything. She's too lazy. The GLP-1 is not going to kickstart anything. She's just going to use it as like the magic pill that she thinks it is, and then be flabbergasted when she stops taking it and all the weight comes back. Her only other option really is to take it forever. And that's not an ideal situation, because she would have to up the dose so much as she goes that it would just get dangerous.
Because I am in this weird cycle where I'll lose 7 pounds, gain it back, lose 7 pounds, gain it back. And
she says it's a weird cycle. No, it's not weird. It's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty simple. Even when she starts a new diet or some new thing that she thinks is going to help her lose weight, she immediately gives herself an out by saying, I'm not going to be perfect, I'm not shooting for perfection here. And that way she can just do whatever she wants and then go, oh man, I didn't get it this time. So it allows her to quit anytime she wants, which is usually immediately. So this is sort of a narcissistic way of looking at it. Like, it's a really weird cycle I'm in, you guys. I lose 7 pounds and then I gain it back. Like, no, it's pretty simple. You just don't change your habits. You don't actually put any effort into changing your lifestyle. You say the right things and then you just do whatever you want, which is why this whole thing, what she's doing right here, is extra disgusting, because we've heard all this before. She's manipulating her audience. That's a little bit new, right? The whole I'm desperate for money and I need this life-saving medication and all that stuff. That's a new twist on her manipulation. But all the other stuff with I'm so tired of losing weight and then gaining it back and blah, 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 blah. She's said all this 1,000 times. None of this is new.
And I want to be out of it. And I just feel swollen. I feel horrible. I feel horrific. And I'm really just over it.
Yeah, she's been over it. Oh my God, she's been over it and over it and over it and over it forever. And I think the most frustrating thing is her babies have heard, I don't know if they've heard this as many times as we have, but you'd think at some point they would all be like, wait a minute, I have heard this exact same thing so many times now. Why is nothing changing? But no, they keep giving her $10 a month and they keep sending her positive affirmations. Well, some do. I think she's either paying or, reaching out to people to send her stuff.
Hey Amber, sorry for the delay.
So this is where she gets the most manipulative. This may be the worst that she's ever been as far as manipulation and just really gross, disgusting behavior.
Like, I see myself going down a path that is very destructive. You guys think that I'm on a destructive path already? I agree, but there's an even more destructive path that I'm trying not to turn down.
I mean, I don't know how you can get any more disgusting than that. What she's saying in this is, there's this path, it's very destructive, I don't want to go down it, and putting the pressure on her members to keep her from going down that path. So yeah, I can absolutely see why YouTube snatched that up so quickly. So when it comes to reporting Amberlynn, she does spend a lot of time talking about EDs and pretending to be an expert on all kinds of stuff and just giving misinformation. So what she says in a lot of her videos is very dangerous. So I don't have a problem with reporting her. I hate that it takes something this egregious, this horrible, for her to finally have some kind of consequences. I'll be interested to see what happens going forward, to see like when she'll be back on YouTube, because I imagine the whole community guidelines thing will throw her into a little bit of a tizzy. I think she'll struggle for a little bit, or at least say she is. She's going to play the victim hard on this, because she is going to blame fat phobia for all of this. I guarantee it. So anyway, I just thought I would share the information that I had. And since I wasn't able to react to the kind of second half of this video, I thought I'd just kind of go over some of the more egregious parts of it that I just honestly was kind of in disbelief over. So anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.